Have you ever been rage baited by somebody twice your age for no reason? No presumable reason, because they won't tell you. Because that's just how some people like to act. Why? Rage bait. Okay? Rage bait is something that I feel like people around my age are very skilled at. Okay? And I'm not saying that, it's just younger people that rage bait. Alright? But it's a different type of rage bait that comes from somebody who is like older than you. Alright? Because with this amount of life experience, there's a certain amount of like mystique to their rage baiting behaviors. Okay? Because they will act like it's a maturity thing, when really they're mad at you for something probably really specific, or they don't want to acknowledge their whatever behaviors you're doing. Like, let's say it's passive aggressive. Let's say they're just straight up yelling with no explanation. The thing is about rage bait among people that are older, to my knowledge, okay, and in my experience, if they're mad at you, you have to figure it out, because they're not telling you. So I don't know if this is actual rage bait, or if it's somebody just having a vendetta against you for an unknown reason, right? I don't know you, and you don't know me. Okay? I don't know you, and you don't know me. So what is warranting this behavior? That is a big question I have with rage bait that comes from people that are older than me. Because I don't understand what the problem is, and maybe I'm not capable of understanding, because maybe I haven't been around for that long, but I don't know where this is coming from. I just don't see it. You know what I'm saying? I just don't see it. All right? If like these people, they will come up with a rule. Okay? And regardless of whether or not you follow that rule to the best of your ability, okay? If somebody doesn't like you, I mean, I guess this goes for everybody, but if somebody doesn't like you, okay, and they just straight up have no, I guess, want to like you, if that makes sense, because to like somebody, a lot of times you have to, like, I don't know, you have to want to like somebody. I don't really know how else to explain it other than that, okay? Or to, I don't even know. Basically, people that have a vendetta, okay, especially people that are very stubborn, they are never going to let go, no matter what you do. Sometimes it's just the fact that you're trying, honestly, that might make people mad. All right, the fact that you are trying to do something to be helpful, the fact that you are trying to learn more about situations and stuff, because I feel like what ends up happening is that it gets to a point where they're like, this dude wants to know too much, and I don't like him for that. Okay, this dude wants to help too much. He needs to leave me alone. But here's the thing. If you actually stop caring and you actually stop helping, you know what happens? They're still mad. So, really what needs to be done is, if you are in a situation where there's like an obvious power dynamic, whether it's like, maybe a boss or a manager or a parent or some mentor, like maybe a family member or something like that, the best thing you can do when you are in a situation like that is just mind your own business, continue working hard, okay? And regardless of if they like that or want to acknowledge that isn't very important, because what's important is that you are still doing something. All right? Give it your best, and then it won't be a problem, right? And if they have a problem with that, then they have a problem with that. Now, I'm not saying do stuff to just make people mad on purpose. Maybe it's kind of obvious that I'm not trying to say that, right? I'm not saying that you should do that. I'm saying that there are situations where sometimes there's nothing you can do to make it better. So whether or not you want to continue doing what you're doing is up to you. But, you know, take advice from me. I would say just continue working hard, and it'll work out. It'll work out somehow. I don't know how, but all I know is that different things can happen. Okay? Because everybody's situation is different. But outside of these reasons, I really feel like there's very little. There's really not a lot that you can do. There's very little that you can do. Okay? So the thing is about rage bait from an older person, you just have to accept that you're cooked. Alright? Because sometimes that's just what happens. Alright? Sometimes you just gotta accept that you're cooked. Alright? Because if you let the rage bait continue working, alright, then the rage bait worked. Don't let the rage bait work. Don't think about it too much, because if you do, it becomes more personal. And sometimes that's what other people want. So that's all I got. Keep at it. Keep at it. Buns. Alright. See y'all later.